What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to JY's Adventures. In this video we have how to beat the death game in Battle Royale by Cinema Summary. You guys send a ton of requests to check out more Cinema Summary videos, and I got y'all, man. Stop tripping, I got y'all. Link to the original videos down in the description. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank y'all so much for watching. Now, the reason why I'm checking out the part 1 is because they recently dropped part 2, so I wanted to see part 1 before I react to part 2, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna just hop right into this without any further ado. Let's see what we got, man. Let's go.
This is the ultimate deathmatch. You're trapped on an abandoned island, forced to fight against your friends, and the only way you're escaping is killing everyone you meet. What do you do when you can be blown up at any time, and you must choose to either die or kill all your friends?
Jeez.
I'm going to break down the mistakes made, explain what you should do, and how to beat the government's death game in Battle Royale.
They jumping with guns? Oh, she creepy. I don't like that face at all.
High school students are living the last 3 moments of their lives.
Okay, they in high school.
None of them have any idea that they've been selected for this year's Battle Royale, a government-sponsored program where every year a class of students is selected to fight to the death. But it's too late for them to do anything about it. Shuya here wakes up in a dark classroom with a high-tech collar locked to his neck. Okay, permission to freak out now. Groggy or not, we need to realize something important. This took a lot of planning. Deception, military involvement, remote locations, and coordination with the government. So the biggest mistake we can make is to think we have any control over what happens next. These collars are enough for me to realize that attempting to escape won't work and could just get us killed. So if it's me, I'm hiding in the back of the room until we know more about the situation. The more information we have, the better decisions we can make. Their old teacher, Mr. Kitano, suddenly arrives in the classroom with a fully armed military escort, and he introduces them to the Battle Royale, a deathmatch designed for rebellious students of Japan, and they watch a video that explains the rules. They've been brought to an abandoned island which has been divided into quadrants and danger zones that change daily, and if there isn't a single winner by the end of 3 days, everyone dies. Okay, this
reminds me of the anime Batum. Or the manga Batum. I don't know if y'all heard of that, but it reminds me of it.
By the end of 3 days, everyone dies. Okay, this is life or death. We have valuable information here, and if we memorize this information to build a strategy before even leaving the classroom, we'll have a better chance of surviving by far. This place has mountains, cliffs, valleys, and I would be analyzing which areas would give me the best geographic advantage.
Yeah, the best terrain.
I would start in a low-lying valley that has good forest coverage to hide in, runoff water from the mountain to drink, and flat terrain for easier travel. Suddenly, the teacher spots one of the students whispering and kills her with a throwing knife. If there was any doubt where this was going, now there's no question. The students freak out and try to escape as the soldiers block off the exit, but the teacher isn't finished. A soldier grabs one of the kids and remotely triggers his collar, causing it to explode. It's absolutely
why we always got the neck things that explode? Why we always got neck braces that explode, bruh?
The kids, it remotely triggers his collar, causing it to explode. It's absolutely terrifying. But this is actually the best news so far tonight, because this teacher has just revealed a huge flaw with the collar. Since these can be exploded anywhere on the island remotely, we can assume these devices use either radio or microwave frequencies, and the good news is, these frequencies can be blocked. Radio and microwaves are extremely sensitive to interference of metal objects. And if we find aluminum foil in any of these abandoned buildings on the island, we could wrap it around the front of the collar to block the frequency and take it off. Each student is caught up in the number
I'm learning every time I watch one of these
videos. Like a random supplies before leaving the class. But there are 2 students that stand out among the rest. The bandana-wearing transfer student is very focused, getting out of the room as quickly as possible, while the other transfer student is way too relaxed about this deathmatch. These 2 simple reactions tell me all I need to know that I do not want to mess with them.
They've been through some stuff.
But they both just made the same mistake as the rest. Everyone is running through the door without even checking their bag. I just know if I was the first to leave, I would be waiting outside behind a wall or a bush and killing every student before they even had the time to reach for their weapons. So if I'm not the first one out the door, I'm opening my bag inside the room to get my weapon out before leaving. Finally, Shuya here is called up, running out of the class and right into a bush to hide. Very brave. He immediately realizes the games have begun as a student appears with a bolt lodged in her throat and her killer running towards them. He sees his friend Naruko and runs away with her, leaving the killer behind as he falls down the hill. Escaping the madness, the 2 take shelter in some caves where they check their rucksacks to find they have no weapons, only a pot lid and a pair of binoculars.
That's a lot of help.
Completely unfair. It's important to safely assess what you have in your bag as soon as you can.
Right.
Because it could completely change your strategy for survival. If you're stuck with useless weapons, you need to find something better. We could scavenge for weapons from dead students, but if you're found carrying only a pot lid, you're screwed.
It's not going to work out for you.
Nature is our best weapon. Take a sock off and put rocks inside, giving you a hard-hitting close-range weapon, and in the other hand, a loose rock to throw at any oncoming threats.
Okay,
using these, I would go
smart.
scouting for a better weapon after the sun rises, once the students have had time to spread further out, leaving the dead bodies behind to scavenge.
Weapons.
In the northern end of the island, a gang has a transfer student surrounded as he discovers his weapon is a paper fan. That's even worse than a pot lid. They all think he's harmless until he distracts one of the students, steals his gun, and kills them all in seconds.
What?
He takes all their gear, including a revolver and some hand grenades, before leaving.
This man go crazy! Who is this man? An assassin?
He takes all their gear, including a revolver and some hand grenades, before leaving. This is the most dangerous kid on the island. Now, if it wasn't for his light and fast reflexes, these guys could have easily taken him out. Teaming up and outnumbering your classmates to kill might seem like a better strategy, but it becomes a lot more risky in the long term, because every member of the group is extremely vulnerable to betrayal. It's a trade-off some might be willing to make, but there's more to consider.
You can't trust nobody.
Are noisier, they're easier to track, and they require more food and water. So any resources found must be shared, or else there will be infighting. Ultimately, it's fool's gold. Stay away from this idea and hunt alone.
Stay by yourself.
Is hiding in an abandoned shed, looking at photos when someone comes in. If you see someone shine their flashlight like this, don't trust them. Mitsuko here is one of the meanest girls on the island. And
that face.
One of the highest body counts of anyone, starting with this girl here. Now, some are cut out for this kind of scenario, and some are not. These four have offed themselves as soon as the game starts.
They off themselves. I would have fought, bruh. I wouldn't have offed myself. I would have fought till the end.
Are not. These four have offed themselves as soon as the game starts. This is a sad waste of life, but I'm not crying, because there's four less people to kill, and they've handed us an amazing opportunity. They are callers.
Better chances to win.
Because I can learn more about what's possible without risking my own life. I also test if any metal I find will block the radio waves or not. If it works on theirs, it will work on mine too, and I can break it off and hide until everyone is dead. Early the next morning, the teacher announces who's been killed and where the danger zones are. These two are currently standing in one of them, and they've got an hour to leave, or else they're dead. They want to force us to move, so we don't hide in stacks.
It's like you're playing a battle royale with the circle. Like the circle closes in, the danger zones closes in. You know what I'm saying?
The death game. But I would counter this by lining myself up on the intersection of 4 grids. So while everyone else is scrambling to escape the zones, I barely have to move or venture far away from a hidey hole that I would set up nearby. I can make better use of my time setting up traps, alarms, or gathering more resources. They walk through the forest and get attacked by a hatchet-wielding student. Shuya here wrestles with him and ends up in a fight, cleverly using his pot lid as a shield. But in their scuffle,
he actually used the pot lid
in the other kid's head, and he dies. Now, this guy has the right idea, but he made 2 mistakes right away. First, if you're going to ambush someone, don't jump into their faces. It's just dumb. The whole point of an ambush is to attack when they're in a bad position to fight back or to
Gotta be sneaky.
I would have waited for them to pass and attack them from behind. The second thing he did wrong was hiding in something that's noisy. These people are already on high alert, and you're giving them advance warning. It leaves Russell, so I would have covered the hiding area with mud, because it's silent and still blends in with the environment. That's when the class president comes out of the woods and threatens them with his gun. But their shade-free transfer student with a bandana appears, shooting him from the buckshot. Surprisingly, he doesn't kill the other two, instead taking the hatchet out of the other kid's head. Why did he spare their lives in a death game if there can only be one winner? There's a lot more to this guy than meets the eye.
I don't trust him.
That's when hears someone speaking over a megaphone, and the girl finds 2 students calling for everyone to stop fighting and talk it through, letting everyone know where they are, including the other transfer student who shoots them in the back.
And now they dead.
Man, this guy's nasty.
That was a bad idea to tell it.
They broadcasted their location, but easy kills like this won't come often. There are 26 students left to kill, and many of them will be in hiding. Finding them all will be exhausting unless you know where they're going to be, but a lack of vital resources will draw them out of hiding. I would wait where there's either food, clean water, or shelter and stake it out. Now you can wait for them to come to you and conserve your energy for killing. Just like this girl does when she catches her classmate Mitsuko unprepared. The girl is mad because Mitsuko here stole her boyfriend, and now she wants revenge. She's
wait. Relationship drama, relationship problems in a death battle ring? Really?
Starts beating her to the floor because Mitsuko stole her boyfriend, and now she wants revenge. She starts beating her to the floor but gets tased and drops her gun. They
Good
both
for
reach
her.
in to grab it.
Take
She's
that.
faster and shoots the other girl in the back.
She's gonna get bopped
It's
now.
unfortunate, but we're not going to escape petty high school drama on this island. No, unless you're
Jeez.
already a terrible person, the mind will be forced to justify the killing as a coping mechanism for survival. And hatred is always an incredible motivator to rationalize murder. So if someone has a grudge against you, you better believe you're first on their list and they'll be seeking you out. I would be paying close attention every day to the announcement
Enemies,
to check
yo.
if my high school enemies were still alive, because it may change my planning if I knew someone was coming specifically for me and me alone. Trekking across the island, the girl falls unconscious from a fever. The map says there's a clinic nearby, and Shuya here carries her all the way to this building. He doesn't see anyone around, but accidentally trips an alarm.
he was
The
able to
transfer
carry
student
her?
with the bandana comes out
Man
of
is
hiding
strong.
and lets them inside, treating the girl with the clinic's medicine. They got lucky.
Oh,
One
he
of the
helping
toughest
them
guys in
again.
the game is also one of the nicest. Or is he? Okay, this is dangerous. I don't know anything about this guy, and just because he let us in for a rest doesn't mean he won't kill us or use us for his own survival. If I saw someone
use
with
him
a
as
sick
bait.
girl on a pot lid, I would consider them a threat and could be more useful alive by keeping watch for enemies or even as a human shield in
Keeping
combat.
watch.
That's
Human
why if I were
shield?
them, I would take advantage of his trust, make a trade for better weapons, shoot him, and run away. I'm not here to make more friends. I'm here to kill them.
She's
Meanwhile,
here to
this
win.
dude finds 3 others trying to carry this generator up the stairs, and these guys have a pretty high-tech setup, linking cell phones to this laptop. The kid
Okay.
reveals he was given a collar tracker as his weapon, which he's using to find other players. These
Alright.
guys seem to know what they're doing, and getting power from a generator is smart, but it's also going to attract a lot of unwanted attention.
Oh, these
we can
mans
expect
are
students to gravitate towards
technologically
shelters like
advanced.
abandoned buildings, factories, and lighthouses, both to get out of the weather, and also to find students hiding there that you can kill. If you're first to one of these, you'll have to defend it, and likely from more than one at a time, so it's not the best strategy. I would stay outside and build my own shelter out of mud, leaves, and branches.
Best thing to do is
so
stay
I'm covered
outside
from
and
the
build a
weather
shelter.
and camouflaged.
Okay.
The hacker learns there are microphones in the collars, and that's how the Battle Royale's administrators know what they're up to. Using his laptop, he tells his friends to find fertilizer, pesticide, charcoal, sulfur, and kerosene before he starts coding his hacking program.
This
These
man
solid search
coding,
collection,
got
put
all
together,
the
effects can
looking
make an
for all the
explosive
ingredients.
now this is a great idea. Unfortunately, you still need to find people to use it on. Bigger weapons are useful.
Is a smart high school kid, bruh.
Great idea. Unfortunately, you still need to find people to use it on. Bigger weapons are useful, but it's strategy that wins this death game. I would be trying to predict people's movements, since we know they have to leave the danger zones that are announced each morning. The geography and terrain will tell me their likelihood of movement from one sector to another. They're
Okay.
less likely to climb up mountains than down, and they're more likely to be pushed into low-lying terrain for water and flat terrain for ease of travel. Predicting others' movements
so
is a
knowing
great
your
way to
map,
hunt
bruh.
them. This
Gotta know
is
your
death
map.
chess, and we need to be one step ahead.
One step
Meanwhile,
ahead.
this athletic girl gets back to her shelter after a run and bumps into a student with a crossbow. He wants to get freaky with her, but she's not feeling it today. With the most brutal move of the game, she stabs him straight in the dick. That's one hell of a...
In the in the duh. In the duh. Oh, not in the duh. Ooh, I feel it. I ain't even got
The
it in
most
the duh.
brutal move of the game. She stabs him straight in the dick.
Ugh.
That's one hell of a cock block. But suddenly Mitsuko appears and shoots her dead.
see
Now this
that.
brings up an important point. These are young high school students, many of whom will die before they've had certain experiences that nobody wants to die without.
Man said I'd try to die a virgin today.
If I were a girl, I would weaponize this desire against the males for the sake of survival. If she
Okay.
dangled the carrot, that boy would have had the motivation to defend her. It's a great lure for a trap, stripping them of all weapons, making for an easy kill.
Get that man naked, have your weapon right there, pull it out, kill him, and then boom, you got yourself a crossbow. Or a gun, or you know what I'm saying? That's
To defend her. It's a great lure for a trap, stripping them of all weapons, making for an easy kill.
That's some
That night, the
instinctive
transfer student
thinking.
reveals that 3 years ago, he had been the winner of a past Battle Royale. He also tells them that he knows a way off the island, but he can only tell them when the time comes. He gives the
Okay.
other boy a gun and some ammo to convince him he's telling the truth, when all of a sudden, they hear gunfire outside. Outside the clinic, the other transfer student corners another kid and shoots him.
Oh, no, that's
Except
psycho.
He's wearing a bulletproof vest.
Okay,
The guy comes
lit.
back with a samurai sword and finishes him off. And
Huh?
that's not even the worst thing he does to him. The transfer
What?
student throws
There's
the kid's
more?
head through the window with a grenade lodged in his mouth, and they all run for...
This man said, I'ma shoot him with the machine gun. Oh, he ain't bodied? I'ma pull out the samurai sword. Like Afro Samurai. And I'ma use his... I'ma chop his head off, put a grenade in his mouth, and bomb my other classmates. And my other students. This man is an assassin, y'all.
The transfer student throws the kid's head through the window with a grenade launched in his mouth, and they all run for cover. Shuya here leaps out of the window and runs for it, leading the psycho student on a foot chase to the coast.
Oh,
With nowhere to run, he throws himself into the sea moments before the other student catches up and blasts the water with gunfire.
Jeez.
Okay, this seems like a terrible idea because you can't evade bullets well in water.
Water slows down though, the bullets.
Best move you can make. When a bullet hits the water, it slows down due to drag and even veers off target.
Yeah,
in the case of heavy caliber ammo, the bullet.
You see that in movies all the time when they jump in the water and they shoot the bullets. They slow down, bro.
The water, it slows down due to drag and even veers off target. In the case of heavy caliber ammo, the bullet will decelerate so fast in the water that it shatters into pieces. You can be as close as 3 feet below the surface and you're totally safe. It's the second day, and he's woken up by a girl who tells him 4 more students have died and that his friend the hacker is waiting for him in the west. The girls downstairs are getting lunch ready, but one of them is very uncomfortable with the boy's presence and decides to poison him. And that's when things go wrong. Another girl eats the poisoned spaghetti, shocking everyone when she suddenly dies.
Everyone's gonna
start accusing each other, grab their guns, and start firing, killing everyone in the room.
Everybody dead.
The boy runs down to find 6 more dead,
10 students
and
to go.
lunch is ruined. Okay, this is
ruined.
a great example of how a group collaboration can go all wrong. Even if it's all
because nobody could trust each other.
These girls do not trust each other, and all it takes is 1 ounce of suspicion to throw everyone out of control. If you're going to kill your homies, kill them all at the same time in their sleep so no one can alert the others of your betrayal.
He started the sentence, if you're going to kill your homies. How you just say that so casually? If you're going to kill your homies, do it while they're asleep.
Kill them all at the same time in their sleep so no one can alert the others of your betrayal. Shuya meets up with the other 2, deciding to make the long journey west to meet the hacker. They're injured, exhausted, and need food and water, but they press on. Okay. Now students aren't the only killers. Nature can be a harsh mistress too. They're exposed to heat stroke, dehydration, dysentery, hunger, and blood loss.
They ain't gotta worry about just guns. They gotta worry about
not taken care of quickly.
Nature
Food
too.
can be found from fruit trees, berries, and mushrooms, but only if you know what to look for. But that's not even your biggest problem.
Mushrooms, I don't trust mushrooms because you never know what you could be eating. Some of them might be poisonous.
Hot and mountainous. Trekking across this place will make you sweat profusely, and you'll need water very quickly. Now, most of what makes water dangerous isn't visible. Rain can create dirty runoff and eutrophication, and dead animals upstream can affect the water. The best way to tell is to look for animal tracks, bugs, and green vegetation nearby. If other living things are drinking from it, you probably can too. The best place to look is in valleys and low points, because water always runs downwards. Then follow it upstream to get the cleanest water possible. Another option is to make a solar still. By digging a hole in the ground, putting a clear sheet over the hole, the sun will evaporate the groundwater, causing condensation in the sheet, and you can collect it from the center as it drips into your cup. You get less and it takes longer, but it will be cleaner than running water. The kid...
Yo, we are surviving the apocalypse, yeah? Anytime an apocalypse happens, we are surviving that, bro, because of Cinema Summary. All this knowledge I'm learning, bro. That's crazy.
You get less and it takes longer, but it will be cleaner than running water. The kid with the GPS tracker arrives at an abandoned warehouse looking for his high school crush, but the girl empties her gun on him. Regretfully, she only finds out afterwards that he came to save her. She could have really used that extra protection, because Mitsuko here sneaks up and guns her down.
And now she's
the death
body
cycle
too.
continues as she's suddenly attacked and killed by the psycho transfer student.
Oh, then the psycho
Across the
shows
island,
up.
The hacker finalizes the code to his hacking program, while his 2 friends mix the chemicals they gathered to create
These
bombs.
man's building-
Impressively resourceful.
Building
They activate
Bob
the
the
software
Builder.
and sabotage the computers of the Battle Royale
Bob the Builder with
administrators.
bombs.
And for a brief moment, there's no GPS tracking and no caller activation for any student. The only way for the administrators to stop it is to pull a hard reset.
Oh, they hacked the
This is a
system
big
too?
deal. It proves that cheating is actually a viable option at beating this game.
Them
and that there's
kids
a
are
scenario
smart.
here where our real survival depends on defeating the teachers, not our fellow students.
Okay.
It's time to start strategizing against the game itself. Now, we know that the colors are triggered by wave frequencies, and we're on an island, then there must be a local antenna to transmit the signals through. GPS tracking works by emitting microwave signals that go through these relays to reach the satellites above. These waves pass through nearly everything except for metal, which reflects the signal. Destroying the antenna's receiver won't just nullify your own color, but everyone's color on the island. This gives us the chance to work together for our collective survival. It totally eliminates the need to kill each other. And if that happens, we can focus on the real enemy, the government. The students begin loading their gear into a truck, intent on ramming the school with explosives. But just as they're about to leave, they get attacked by the one and only psycho transfer student.
Bruh, he
kills them
messing
and
it up
sets
for
off the bombs in the
everybody.
truck. The last few survivors arrive to see the psycho student is still alive.
He's
Kawada
here.
finishes him off with a shot to the collar, blowing him into smithereens.
Oh, he got him.
Okay, this is awkward because now there's no bad guy and there can only be one winner. It's time to start planning your friends' deaths. There's no doubt that all three have the same thought, but no one will openly admit it.
I can't do it. I wouldn't be able to do that, y'all. I can't. I went through this amazing journey. Not amazing. I'm saying amazing. This tragic journey with two other people that been there from like the start, and I got to body one of them, bruh. I can't do it, bruh. What would y'all do in that situation?
There's no doubt that all three have the same thought, but no one will openly admit it, because it will scatter them, making them harder to kill, and you might not find them before the time runs out and everyone is dead. If it's me, I'm suggesting we make a temporary pact to discard all weapons while we discuss what to do, but conceal a knife or a rope. The boy forces all three people to pretend to be friends for as long as possible, while you disarm them, which makes them more vulnerable to kill. It's the final day. They head to the coaster of the transfer student's escape route, but he reveals it was all a lie. They are his ticket out, and he shoots them both, making him this year's winner of the Battle Royale. Cold-blooded. Later, he reunites with a teacher back at the school, who discovers that the kid's color.
I knew I wasn't supposed to trust this man. I said it, man. I can't trust him.
Later, he reunites with a teacher back at the school, who discovers that the kid's collar has somehow been deactivated and that he didn't shoot the other students.
They're still alive!
It was a trick, and the boy shoots the teacher dead.
And then the teacher got bombed, yes!
The three students throw away their explosive collars and relax. Their friend Kawada dies on his way back to the mainland, and the other two are declared wanted fugitives by the government. They might have beaten the Battle Royale, but they can't escape the law.
What do you think? How would you beat Battle Royale?
They still got their semi-freedom, though. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be on the run. But they gonna just, you know, at least they ain't gotta worry about dying. They still alive. Sheesh, that was so dope, bruh. I thought this man killed them, but they tricked the teacher, y'all.
Royale. Let me know with a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and check out the How to Beat playlist for more videos like this.
Yes, sir.
Until next time, have a damn good day.
Hey, you too, fam. You too, fam. Guys. This was insane, bro. This was so dope. I learned so much, man. That water thing with the catching the water because of the hole with the condensation. That's some knowledge for the future, bro. Anytime an apocalypse happens, we are surviving thanks to Cinema Summary, bro. Let me know what y'all thought of the video down in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of my reaction. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.